session. That's a start.
But still, I have a day.
On there and there we go. There we go. Morning, everybody. Welcome to the Board of Public Works and Safety meeting for August 14th, 2025. It is 11 o'clock, so we'll get rolling. Has everybody had a chance to review the minutes of the previous meeting? If so, I'll entertain any motions related to.
Make a motion to accept the minutes as presented.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. No public hearings, no old business. Jump straight into new business now. Farmers Market, Seymour Area Cruisers, the local cart club, would like to do a trunk or treat event, where they'll pass out candy. If I remember right, CJ Foster with the FOP has joined them a few times. Greg's not listening at all.
Yes, I am.
Okay. As CJ, that's the one CJ does with them, isn't it?
Yeah, so he does it, and I think the fire department did it last year. So they set up around the farmer's market with their trunks open and hand out treats out the trunk.
The day is October the 25th. It's a Saturday, and they want to go from 4 to 6 p.m. Any questions?
Not a new event, right?
Nope. It's a fairly old event. The only thing that might be different is who's requesting it. So,
I'd make a motion to approve that event.
motion and a second. All those in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
Aye. Now that you've all voted on it, it is my father requesting it. I didn't want you to be swayed by that beforehand. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Sorry. Next up, Farmers Market. We got a Kids Fall Safety Fest. This is coming from the Seymour Police Department via Mike Cooper. I don't see Mike over there, but I see several of his supervisors. Let's see, there will be a free car seat safety inspection. There will also be vendors and information booths. They'd like to close the parking lot the night before. This will be, date of the activity will be September the 23rd from 3 to 8 p.m. in the Farmers Market and Robertson's lot.
So just so you understand, last year the Criminal Justice Institute actually got that waiver from you all to do that. They did the seatbelt check station for car seats, and then we had other organizations that came in that had safety for kids. So that's why they use both lots.
We wouldn't have already approved one of those lots previously, would we, for something else?
Jane, you remember anything on that date?
And I looked for food truck people and there's nothing.
Okay. So no. I'm not super excited about closing it the day before or the night before, since you're going 3 to 8. But I realize that that's people going to work is what you're thinking about. All the extra time of getting them out of the lot, so that'd be my only catch. But I know it's probably the best way to make it make sense. So.
What time would they close?
They would close it the night before to where it stays closed that morning, so it'd be
8
closed
p.m.
that
or
whole
after
day.
or something, yeah.
So they're talking about closing it the whole day before, or just that evening?
It would be, the way they're requesting it would be closed the whole day of the 23rd, so it's a Tuesday. So it'd be closed starting that morning, or starting the night before through 8 p.m. Tuesday night.
So that's
the whole day.
40 vehicles that are gonna have to park someplace else, give or take? I mean, I'm just throwing a number out there.
40 to 50. I actually was just down there and counted for something else the other day, and there was several. So.
Would they be setting up during that day?
There's not a whole lot of setup.
Okay.
I mean, there's some setup, but not a whole lot. Can you all table that, and I'll go back and get with Mike and talk about maybe just the farmer's lot and get with Schneck, and we can put the booths around the grass area for Schneck.
I'm good with tabling it because we can bring it back to 28th, and
Makes sense to me.
you guys can update it a little bit and we'll go from there.
Or if you want to do just the farmer's market now, that way we don't have the Robertson, and then we can, like I said, we can get with Schneck, and because I know the FOP car show gets with Schneck and allows the grass area.
let's just,
We could put booths in that area and then do the seatbelt station in the farmer's market. And that way you're only closing one of the lots.
I just soon table it and then make sure it's clear, you find out what you need and then we can make a decision if you guys are okay with that.
Is that a motion?
Yes, it is.
Second.
Motion and a second to table. All those in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
Aye. All
Thanks,
those opposed,
Chief.
same sign, motion carries. Thanks, Chief. Let's see, we got a special request from Schweitzer's to do a temporary setup, during the Oktoberfest times. It'll be October 1st through the 4th, 11 to 9 p.m. This will be at 113 Indianapolis Avenue. They want to put up a white tent. This is not the first time they've done it. They've done it the last several years. In front of their area, they'll have 6 picnic tables. They'll have 2 sawhorses that help block off the area anyway, which that street is basically closed. I say basically because you can still get there, but it's not going to be the easiest way. And then they also have the class of 2005 20-year reunion will be held in that space on Saturday.
That's not gonna interfere. Has it been cleared up with what KSC is gonna do at the beer garden yet?
As far as I know, the beer garden will be in its normal spot.
Okay.
I'm looking at everybody that was at the meeting the other night. That
That's
was,
correct.
okay.
They got it signed. It's
Okay.
in the regular spot.
Yep, normal spot this year.
I don't have a problem with Schweitzer's, so I'll make a motion to allow that set up for the Oktoberfest.
And I'll second it.
Motion and a second for Schweitzer's. All those in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Okay, next up, we've got Pascal Pablo setting up for the tacos, Pepian Quesadillas, Fritas truck. Let's see what all we got here. Application fee is checked off. General liability insurance is checked off. Health department, a photograph of the vehicle, driver's license, which is valid. I did check that beforehand. Retail merchant certificate, not doing any alcohol, name of the owner, and everything falls in place from the looks of it.
Is that a new one?
These 3 are new ones, and then I do have 3 renewals under miscellaneous.
Should the new ones be getting the fire department inspection?
Well, you guys tell me, is it,
It has been.
it's been inspected?
Mark went there with us.
There you go, it's already been inspected.
Good.
I was gonna say, I knew we were switching over to the new ones, we're gonna have to follow it, but I wasn't sure if these came in before that or not, so.
So they have everything in order?
Appears to be, yes.
I'd make a motion to approve that request.
Second.
License.
Motion and a second, all those in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
Aye, all those opposed, same sign, motion carries. Next new mobile food vehicle licenses, or no, these are renewals, sorry. Takira Don Chewy, tacos, nachos, burritos, chips, candies, sodas, no frozen novelties, Darren, sorry. Let's see, driver's license is current and valid. This is the orange food truck from Don Chewy's, in case anyone's curious. And everything appears to be in order for this renewal. Have they got an inspection yet, do we know? We know they've been told they will have to get one, but, okay. But everything does appear in order. I guess I would say, pending fire
Pending
department
fire,
inspection.
yeah.
I'll make a motion to accept pending inspection.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve Takira Don Chewy. All those in favor signify with aye.
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 All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Next one is the Rolling Pig Pen. Wanda Sims from down at Crothersville. Let's see, insurance, health department, picture of the vehicle, driver's license. I'll double check the expiration date in a second. Retail merchant certificate, no alcohol appears. Everything appears to be in order. Owner's license is valid through 28.
I would think it'd be the same as we just tabled or approved the other one pending proof of the fire department inspection. So that'd be a motion.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve. All those in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Only thing I would add to that is they may have picked those renewals up before the new paperwork was finished.
Yeah, so I was wondering, is there new paperwork that has that as a checkoff item?
I believe, and is Mel still back there? Did she go back to work? I thought the new paperwork was already designed, so.
Yes,
uh,
it is.
So yeah, they should be getting the new stuff, but they may have got these a month ago and
Yeah,
so.
could have copied last year's maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
And Eric, I don't know if we have a system in place for us to get a copy of those to put in their file up here once that's done, but if you could make sure a copy comes up to
Scan it in and
our
send it
office.
up.
Yep.
Okay. Next up in the agenda, we've got Miss Ashley McLaughlin, hopefully I said that right, who'd like to contest a ordinance violation notice. I'm gonna turn it over to Chris, since the three of us are the ones that ultimately have to be the vote. I figured I'd let Chris lead the conversation.
Okay, under city code, Board of Public Works is the body that oversees animal control issues and the animal control ordinances. And it looks like on August 6th, Ms. McLaughlin was issued a citation by the city's animal control officer for violation of City Code Section 97.17, which is nuisance prohibited for nuisance barking. And Officer James, would you like to step up and kind of give your background, and then Ms. McLaughlin, you'll have the opportunity also to kind of give your side. Yep. Sorry, while James is coming up, I will read nuisance prohibited. No owner shall fail to exercise due care and control of his or her animals to prevent them from becoming a public nuisance. And that kind of gets us back to the nuisance definition, which includes public nuisance, any animal or animals that bark, whine, or howl in excessive or continuous fashion. And pertinent part, there are other parts of that section of code, but that's the one that applies to this issue today. Okay. Would you mind stating your name and your position, please?
James Barley, Animal Control Officer.
Thank you. And can you give us a procedural history on reports and kind of how we got to this point today?
I had received several complaints from the Sharon Klaus at 313 Jackson Street, and she complained about the barking dog at 700 South Chestnut. Every time I went there, I never did visually see or hear anything, but I tried to get there as timely fashion as I could, being other stuff I was doing.
Sure.
But as I stated, I've never seen or heard it, so it come down to her signing a nuisance complaint,
Okay.
and that's where the ticket originated from.
And can you explain to me and the board what a nuisance complaint is? What is contained in that complaint that the complainant signs?
Oh, what they sign?
Is that what you're referring to, like a signed complaint, or?
We come up with this, I'm not exactly sure when they come up with it, the city, but it's for nuisance complaints that if I don't visually see or hear or anything, then they can sign the complaint and then I can issue a ticket. And
Okay.
It's their responsibility to prove the animal was doing what the animal was doing at the time.
Okay.
But I have, from Ms. Klaus, I've received since April 5th of this year, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 14 calls.
From the same person, 14 calls?
Yeah.
Okay.
From the same complainant.
Yeah, same complaint. And like I said, I went there and I didn't visually see the dog or hear the dog doing any of this. So,
Did you see the dog itself, James?
yes,
When you showed up, you saw the dog?
it was not outside the time.
Okay, okay.
The complainant, she always said, well, they just took it in, before I got there. So, I mean, that's where these originated from. They can get their complaint voiced and everything, and I don't have to visually see or hear, because there'll be several times I get calls, oh, neighbor's dog's barking, and by the time I get there, it's over with. So that gives them an avenue to get their complaint out.
Did you go all 14 times there was a complaint?
I went all 14, yeah.
Okay.
I went there, and like I said, I've talked to, them about their dog a couple of times, and I went there one time and sat in the back alley for 15 minutes, just to see if I could catch it out.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't that day, so, I mean, I told them, I said, this is their option, they could sign a complaint, and then we could go from there.
So you have one complaint form, but 14 other calls,
Yeah,
just one form.
And that was the only complaints is from the one person?
yeah. Which she also complained about the neighbors on the other side of her too, but she didn't go into details signing complaints for them or not, so.
Was it a dog or something too?
Yeah, it was a dog.
Would you mind reading the contents of that complaint that Ms. Klaus had to sign?
Oh, you mean
Yes, I believe it's.
yes, it just says, I, Mike and Sheriff Klaus, swear and affirm on 4/5 of the 8th month, 2025, at the time of 12 p.m., I witnessed a violation of Seymour, Indiana Code 97.67. And it goes into the nuisance, what's considered nuisance complaint, and then it says, I swear that she swears that she's seen on the date on the 700 South Chestnut, Seymour, Indiana. And then that goes in, I understand that I may be called to testify and as a witness in the above mentioned case. Said I understand that under Indiana Criminal Code 35-44.1-2-3, it is a criminal offense to file a false report, and I can be criminally charged if the above mentioned is unturned.
And is that the only affidavit that Ms. Klaus submitted?
She submitted one on, let's see, this would be Thursday. It'd be the 6th month, 2025 at 8 a.m.
And then the other one was from 4/5?
Yeah, 4 and 5. 4 through 5.
I see. Of August?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh. So not 4 or 5.
Yeah, I had that wrong.
She sent a few letters to the station addressed to me,
Okay.
and they should have copies of those.
But you've not received any other complaints from neighbors? I mean,
No.
there's a lot of houses that are fairly close together
Yep.
in that neighborhood.
Yep.
And if one person would be complaining, I could see where numerous other neighbors, but we haven't received any other complaints.
Nope. not many other neighbors in the area.
Just to make you aware, Dave, because that's what I was looking up a minute ago, because I was curious. So Ashley, you're the house on the corner?
Yes, and she's
Okay.
not in Jackson.
So Ashley's house faces Chestnut, and
Okay.
Jackson is to
Yes.
her north,
I just,
one house to the south. And then the Klauses live the house that goes off of Jackson behind Ashley's house and whoever's next to her.
Okay.
So there's two houses that border her house. So
yes,
just to, I was
Yep.
curious about it a minute ago too.
Mhm.
Something James
Yeah.
said made me think that about
Yeah.
looking at it, so. So there's, basically Ashley has two neighbors total, which I guess most of us usually do, but she's on the corner and then she's got streets.
Yep.
The other directions,
I see that.
so.
Thank you.
So does the board have any additional questions for Officer Barley?
I do not.
I
Okay.
don't.
No,
All right, and
No.
Ms. McLaughlin, would you mind stepping forward and introducing yourself? And, kind of explain your side of the situation?
I'm Ashley McLaughlin. So me and my husband got this dog last December. It seems like ever since we moved in with this house, we've had a problem with the neighbors behind us. It's been one thing after another. Yeah, like he barks, he's a dog. He barks when, somebody walks by or whatever, but it's never for an extensive period of time at all. If he starts to bark and he doesn't stop within like the next 30 seconds, we usually get up and go and see what's wrong with him. We try to get him inside as quick as possible, but he does not sit there and excessively bark. Yeah. He's spoiled rotten, and we don't let him sit there and just bark at somebody.
What kind of dog is it?
He is a bull mastiff.
and your yard is fenced in?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
We even have extra zip ties around the fence and the gate, so he can't even try to get out. 'Cause
Has
he's a
he
big
ever
dog.
has he ever gotten out of your
No.
fence? Okay.
We don't even let him be out back because this has been going on and becoming an issue. So we don't even let him go out back anymore.
Okay.
Any
I would think even given the situation where the location after seeing it, if it's a nuisance, they're gonna have other neighbors complaining rather than just one neighbor.
Yeah, I'm familiar
From-
with the
from
neighborhood.
what we've
and
heard-
it's- Even across the street, across Jackson Street would be
The dog's barks, unless it's a Chihuahua or something small, is gonna be pretty loud, and you're
My
gonna
dog
have,
barks
if it
every
is a
time.
nuisance, it's not gonna be a nuisance to one person, it's gonna be a nuisance to the surrounding houses.
I would think a nuisance would be longer than 30 seconds or whatever, too. It'd be all night, you can't sleep. And the request is to remove the fine for the,
Yep, and as the governing body with the administrative control over animal control issues, you have the authority to rescind the citation in its entirety, leave the citation in place but rescind the fine, or uphold the citation in the fine. It's just whatever you all decide is appropriate and fair in this circumstance.
Based on the information that we've received today, a written complaint is one thing, but showing up to complain is, to me, means something.
Well, that's a good point, Mr. Early. Just to be clear, Ms. Klaus is, okay, she's not here, so, yeah.
I assume that, I'm
Yeah,
sorry, I
No,
didn't.
you're fine. I assumed too. I just thought I'd double check before.
I didn't see anybody I didn't recognize.
Yeah, that's why
so
I did
that
a quick
was-
scan.
So our options are what again, Chris? I'm
You
sorry.
can leave the fine and citation in place as is. You can leave the citation in place and rescind the fine, or rescind everything altogether. I will say that our code has sort of progressive discipline. The more often you're fined within a year, the higher the more often you're cited in a year, the higher the fines go. So if Miss McLaughlin were to be issued an additional citation, her fine would go up to $50. So if you leave the citation in place but waive the fine, her next citation will still be $50 because the citation remains on
That
paper.
was mine and my husband's issue, is if we didn't fight it this time, and it becomes an issue again and again with his
Understood,
neighbors,
it
yeah,
just up and up and up.
yeah.
You don't leave the dog outside when you go to work or anything?
Yes, we do.
Oh, you do?
The dog stays
Outside.
inside, yes.
Okay.
He is a homebody.
You say inside or outside?
Inside,
Okay.
inside, yes.
I'll make a motion to rescind the citation. I mean, we could eliminate the fine and keep it there. I mean, I don't wanna, I don't think it's necessary to follow through with a citation. The other two options, I guess we could leave it in place and, but I'm okay with I'll make a motion to rescind the violation, period.
I'll second it. I agree.
Got a motion and a second to rescind the violation, which would also rescind the fine. All those in favor, signify with aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign, and I'm actually going to explain why I'm opposed, so Ashley, don't take this personal. My thought was on the process of rescind the fine, but leave the violation, but that more as a reminder to be a good neighbor than anything. So that's where my mind was. So that's, while I agree mostly with you, Dave, I would have left the citation in place. So that's the only
Well-
reason I voted nay. So, but that's okay. It's still, so the citation, yeah, the citation is rescinded completely, and passes. And, so in the event that you would happen to get another one, you'll still be at the $25 level, on the fine side.
And then, is
Encourage
there
you
like
to-
anything we can do, like, because obviously, like, it's not other neighbors, it's the same neighbor, same person. Like, what can we do if it continues?
My suggestion would be, if it happens again, your neighbors that aren't complaining,
Mhm.
let's hear from them.
Okay,
That's probably the best way.
Yeah.
And I
You know, whether it's written or whether they can come up here with you and say, we don't have a problem with your dog. And, I mean, that's,
was gonna say, and I've been out with James before and know that he'll get complaints and they are hard sometimes to, as he said, you know, you guys have brought the dog in before
Like
you
you
got
said, it's what
there.
dogs do, they bark.
They do, and that's and like I said, I get that, I just.
Mine does.
Mine did when I had one, so yeah, I mean, the neighbor thing is probably a good idea in the event
Okay.
that there is future complaints. That's probably a good way to approach it, so there you go. So, motion does carry though, since I didn't say that out loud, with a 2-1 vote.
And the board will get you something in writing with their decision today, so you have that piece of paper. And I'll also send that to the animal care officer, so he can put that in this file.
will you guys just mail it to our house, or how would you do it?
I'll just mail it to you.
Okay,
So,
alright, thank you guys.
thanks for
Thanks, Ashley.
coming.
Parks and Recreation.
Chad Keithley, Parks Director. We have a 2006 Skag mower that has close to 3,000 engine hours on it that we have engine issues with. So we're looking at purchasing a new Skag 72-inch mower. We got some different quotes here. Since it is a Skag, we would like to stick with the Skag since we got 19 years out of that mower. The quote is $17,003 for a 72-inch from Pruitt Outdoors. We do have money in our budget for this.
17,003.
That's with a $4,796 discount through Sourcewell. So it's almost a $22,000 mower.
Golly.
Should have rounded up $3 farther. Any questions for Mr. Keithley?
No,
Is this
Is
air
it-
cooled or liquid cooled?
this one is liquid.
Okay.
Is it air conditioned and everything?
I believe, hold the little top guardrail down.
Fold it back.
If it's in your budget and you need it, and I think you got good service out of the last one, I'd make a motion to approve that
I'll
request.
second.
Motion and second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank
All
you.
those opposed, same sign, motion carries. Chad Dixon, is he not here? Bernie, you filling in for Chad?
I'm filling in for
Are
Chad.
we need to list you two at this, we need to just list you two as the same line.
I know. He's got, usually has different, he was supposed to cover Second Street, and I'm gonna try to do the best I can with it. Start with Second Street, Community Drive was open for school, that was a good thing. We still had, Second Street closed due to some, construction that still had to go on, through that area, so we'll see how that opens up in the future. But the one thing I wanted to go ahead and start telling everybody about was, we are going to resurface downtown, on the 22nd, which is, like next Friday, next weekend.
On or after?
Not this weekend, not this weekend. It's going to be after the 22nd. That's after the car show and the Scoop the Loop, et cetera. Then, I was gonna go ahead and mention that Walnut Street signal, I was told it's supposed to be on by tomorrow noon. So hopefully for the weekend, we'll have the Walnut, signal at Second Street on. But I don't think we should, I don't wanna guarantee anything. I just wanna just note that
Just
we're
point
trying to
out, you
get
just said
power.
it in public record, so.
Well, power is one thing, having it actually work properly might be a second thing. And then finally, West End, we're gonna try to pave that on the 20th, to get some base down. So that is going forward, and then curb comes next, the final bit of curb will be added, and that should allow us to then come through and finish the rest of that road. Again, we're trying to get that all buttoned up by Oktoberfest.
So that's where it's
I
closed
think
now,
we're
is that what
well
you're talking
early.
about?
Pardon me?
That's where it's closed now, is where you're talking about?
That's where it's, yeah, we can't.
Is there another piece that gets closed after that, or is that pretty much it?
No, that'll have us pretty much, the base down, or base and binder down throughout the whole project.
Then the whole thing will be paved hopefully before October.
Then we're starting up in downtown. They're starting with, on the 22nd with, the final, or the top coat for mill and surface on the area downtown. And then, striping or pavement markings will be the next week after that. So the idea is that, all the downtown will be back to normal, just in a week or two.
Excellent.
Okay. Then, I did drive State Road 11 just this morning. It's wide open again, so I don't know when that opened. Guessing Monday, maybe.
Late last
Wasn't
week or early this week, yeah.
Wasn't paying attention to it, but it seems to drive nice, with the, new sidewalk, et cetera. Then, on O'Brien Street, we have, some things I'd like to go over. I don't know how much detail you wanted to go over there, but I can do as much or as little as you want.
I would think Board of Works should probably get the 20,000 foot level.
Okay.
We don't need to know what the back of the ADA ramps look like, but we probably need to know the,
To start with, back on phase, we have 3 phases that are in a federal aid process. Phase 1 is down by the Burkhart roundabout going north, and we go through 2 railroad crossings. One is our spur crossing going to Freeman Field, and then the next one is one of our odd crossings where it's at a fairly high skew on O'Brien Street at the trailer. I'm going to say trailer park. It's probably not mobile home. I don't know what you want to call that. Anyhow, at that location, we're going to want some preliminary engineering done by L&I Railroad in a force account agreement, and that's what I've got in front of me. I'm going to go ahead and just present that to Darren as a final, or as a document stating that we would pay approximately $20,000 to,
Who's we?
the city will pay that to the railroad company to do their preliminary engineering, and then we also will have to pay for the crossing as that, any crossing improvements as that happens in the future. So that's where I have this document here. Go ahead and throw that at you.
So you say any crossing improvements that happen in the future, I mean, does that mean,
During the project, there'll actually be called a force account. portion of the project where they'll probably put there'll be a couple of $100,000 worth of work that, the state will pay 80% on
Oh, okay.
to make these improvements on the crossings.
Okay.
So this just is kind of like step one. We did that also on phase 2 and 3 with CSX Railroad. And, again, I think this is reimbursable. I need to get that, I need to get the final document signed by L&I Railroad, and then we can go ahead and try to get that.
Give me a
see if that's
copy of
reimbursable.
once they sign it too, please.
Right.
Thank you.
And then the next section is, going back to O'Brien Street, the reconstruction phase 2 and 3. We've got an additional cost that, the engineering firm has asked for, GAI Consultants. They are looking for an increase of, $72,339.50 in amendment number 3. If you want to see a copy of that, I have a quick copy.
Does that specify why they need the?
Sewer-related design changes is the description I'll give you on it.
Okay.
That was the one the sewer design, sanitary sewer design was the issue that we had the most problem with. We actually went back to them and negotiated fees down 20% on those items. But the rest of the items were legitimate. Major items were for revisions to right-of-way. When you get into talking to owners, there's always things that the owners want. So there's a negotiation kind of process where we may have added some improvement to a driveway, et cetera, that was had a change to the plan. So we've made changes. They've made changes to the plans that they want reimbursed for. Also, there were utility issues, starting with stormwater, that we again went through kind of a cost-cutting view of the project, and that changed some of the storm sewer issues. Again, we have to they have to balance that with the other utilities that are in the area, with Indiana American Water and Gas Company, et cetera. So you do a design and then you come back and find out you have to move your design a lot of times. So there was additional cost there. And then I talked about the sanitary sewer. So anyhow, between the two projects, we're again, just on this amendment is another, whatever I said,
72,339.50.
72,339.50. So we'd like to have that. I'm not sure if you need to approve that or just need to know that it's there. I would like to have it approved if that's all right.
Having been the one that's been stuck in the middle of the back and forth between engineer and engineer, I'll make the motion to approve just because I've probably got the most depth of it. I've read more engineering emails on this topic than I maybe ever cared to read. But I'll make the motion, but I'll also encourage any questions anybody's got as well, so.
So with something like this, Matt, do we, under like the stormwater design plans and the sanitary sewer design plans, do we actually pay that out of SMSU or does RDC still?
Yeah, SMSU does pay some of
Okay.
this, so. This actually comes from a couple different spots.
So all these tables are design fees,
Those are the total design fees. Those are the updated design fees now.
but each one's separate.
If you need the actual amendment amounts, I did not give those to you. They're in this separate email. If you need, like phase 1 is separated it out. Is about a 21,000 increase. That's from US 50 to 4th Street. Most of the cost is in the area between the trailer park to US 50. That's the longer piece and the most complicated area, because
Complicated because of sewer issues they didn't expect to run into, or?
well, there may have been, there was some miscommunication with the city on were they going to move this, try to move the sewer out of the roadway, and then it made more sense at the end of the day just to leave it where it was. So we moved the sewer back to the center of the roadway. So there was a lot of work on GAI's part in trying to get the sewer out of the roadway, which would have normally made sense, but given that there's a transmission line from Duke on the side of the roadway that they were trying to put the sewer on, it started to not make sense to us. What happened is during final design, Duke came back and said, we want you guys, you can't put a sewer within like 30 feet of each of those large towers that they have on O'Brien Street. So that wasn't kind of included in the original design.
I'll second your motion.
Any other questions or conversation on the topic? Hearing none, I've got a motion and a second. All those in favor signify with aye.
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 All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
And that was just for design amendment. Now we have a right-of-way amendment, supplemental number 1 for this same project. And on that project, I'm not giving you any information. I'll give one to Darren. But basically, they've come back and said there are multiple decreases in cost from appraisals through right-of-way management. And that is a total decrease of $85,808.30. So I would like for you guys to approve a decrease in the right-of-way cost for this project of $85,808.30.
You should have led with that one.
I should have.
Yeah, you should have.
There is some issues with, this is 80-20, so you're only getting 20% of this money back, but.
Still better than the 77,000 we just changed.
I know.
Any questions on getting money back? Everybody wants to be an engineer, right?
Wow. No question.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we get money back. All those in favor?
Second, aye.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, second. Now all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Now what?
Well,
Keep
my
going?
first
You want me to keep
question
going?
Is there another teeter-totter someplace here that we're gonna?
Real quick, Vital Farms is on site out at, on the Hartsel Drive area. They will be under construction for probably years.
Because they're all like that.
Then Henry Way is also started on our end of the city's end of the project is to put a street up to them. They are underway there also, so I'll try to keep you updated on that in a few weeks. Let's see, that's all I really have, unless you want me to keep going. Keep going?
You find the
All
money
right.
back.
Yeah, you got any more money to get back? If so, we'll let
There's
you keep
one
going.
thing, I did talk to, we were out in the field, O'Mara is doing a really good job on ramps for us. I think the mayors should be happy with those. The Kenny Mobley crew is going to be given the honorary engineer award. So I wanted to just let you know that I've given that out to the Kenny Mobley crew from O'Mara. Thank you all.
Bernie, I hate to keep you up there, but I do have a question, because you've been up there entirely too long.
If you're gonna dive into ramps as well,
No, I wanna know what street's gonna get paved downtown, because I need to tell people where to do their burnout so you can cover it up.
second,
Okay, so if you're gonna do a burnout on Saturday night, do it on Second Street.
I'm not
just don't hit anything like 2 years ago.
I don't do them, but I know there'll be plenty of people do them, so we'll cover them up with pavement if they do it on Second.
If you have Positrack, there's no burnout for you.
West of the railroad tracks, by the way, for those paying attention.
State law, that's.
Mr. Bowes.
I think so.
Have 5 sewer adjustments to present. First one being Arnaldo Negron Albizu. It's actually, I believe, house owned by Larry Rehart. hole in the water line, see attached. I've got documentation from Mr. Rehart and stuff where it was fixed. Sewer bills have dropped back in line, and it is a large credit for $1,648.66. Next one is pool fill, Johnny Hayes, 733 North Chestnut Street, for $28.80. Jacobson Corp., 365 Tanger Boulevard, filled pool, mid-June, 32,500 gallons, looking for a credit of $236.93. Amber Roberts, 44 Carolyn Drive, pool fill, credit for $123.45. We have another Freeman Field aerial farmer, July processing, crop dusting, looking for a credit of $77.14. And I guess there is actually, 6, I'm sorry. Dana Bracken, Sunrise Healthcare, 410 South Chestnut, Indian American Water issue. And there is documentation, letter from Indian American Water, but it's only a credit of $60.39. And I would ask that you approve these adjustments as they do meet our criteria.
I'll make a motion to allow the sewer bill adjustments.
Second. Motion and a second to approve the adjustments. All those in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Mr. Bose?
I do have a sidewalk replacement by Randall. Looks like Barrow Jr. 627 South Poplar Street. Project to begin August 8th. Jeremy, were you okay with this or anything, or?
Yep.
Okay.
Is that one of our email?
So.
Motion to approve that.
Okay.
Second.
Thank you.
Motion and a second. All those in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Anything else, Mr. Bose?
That's all I have. Thank you.
No new news from the conference?
I wouldn't really say anything new, just a good refresher on some things and stuff along those lines. One thing, I know at our board meetings, not at every board meeting, but a lot of times I talk about cybersecurity and those type of things and fake emails, and there's one going around, somebody's hijacked my information again. It's, as long as you look at the email, it's not truly from me. It just says treasure at some, strange suffix. But the gentleman from the Indiana Office of Technology said, you should just consider every email as fake until you can prove it otherwise. Because there's just a ton of them going on out there, and, it's just err on the side of caution. Don't click on any links that are attached, unless you know it is from Jane and it's like a Google document link for council or Board of Works. But just be careful. That's all I ask.
Well, back to real life paper in front of us, so we don't have to worry about what we click on here for a minute.
Exactly.
I do have 3 miscellaneous renewals for food trucks. First one is Mark and Beth's Small Town Sweets. Again, these are renewals. Now, Mark and Beth is a home-based business, which makes them not subject to the annual health inspections. Everything else is here, though. They're not doing alcohol. They do the farmer's market, Oktoberfest and whatnot, mostly. And the driver's licenses are current. Any questions on that one?
Just a renewal, right?
Just a renewal.
I'll make a motion to accept the renewal.
Second.
Motion and second to approve Mark and Beth's Small Town Sweets. All those in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Next up, I've got Caleb Steward Vasquez. Let's see, Mexican dishes, tacos, sandwiches, beverages to go. No alcohol, Insurance is there, pictures, the old Jalapenos Grill trailer. Sorry, trying to find that driver's license that we're always looking for. There's the back of it. And the driver's license is valid through the end of next year. This is a renewal also.
So should these have the same stipulation with the fire inspection?
Yeah, so what did the renewals were, would be under the new rules as a renewal.
Yes,
So yeah, they probably should have the fire inspection stipulation.
and that requirement is on the new application as one of the items that they have to provide a photocopy of a completed and passed SPD inspection.
SFD.
Thank you. Good SPD on mine.
You say that's on new applications or?
New and
And.
renewals, yes.
We should, so right now, none of these have been different as far as what they look like. I'm assuming next month sometime we'll start seeing new ones, but they've probably had these for a while, so, be my guess, so.
So did Mark and Beth, do we need to?
I guess it's a matter of when those applications were submitted.
They were all submitted this week while Melissa was gone,
Okay, so
So they
after
should,
that
yeah.
went into effect. Okay.
but it's still the old form.
Yeah.
We haven't gotten that switched over yet.
Were they told that? Did they need to have that? No?
We can reach out to Mark and Beth and let them know.
Okay.
Mark and Beth's, I think, I mean, they prepare their stuff at home, so there's nothing cooked or heating source on there, so it's a little different probably than most of them.
Yeah, but we didn't specify that in the ordinance, so they still need a fire extinguisher. And they may already have one.
Yeah.
I mean, so. Jane, will you reach out to Mark and Beth and let them know about the fire extinguisher, fire inspection aspect of it? And then this one, let's make sure let's get our,
So my motion
Or
would
do
be
you
to
want the
approve
motion
it
to-
with the
you want us
stipulation.
to amend the previous motion?
Well, I'm sorry, my wheels are kind of spinning. I don't know that we can require I mean, this is a private residence, right, where they're doing their
Oh.
baking or prep?
Well, yeah, but the fire extinguisher's on the
If
trailer,
they're in a trailer,
In the trailer, okay. So
Yeah,
it's
we're
not an
inspecting the
inspection of.
trailer.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
not the
Disregard.
residence.
not where they fix it.
okay,
Yeah.
never mind.
Now you're thinking about Indiana code and the way the fire inspection works, how you can't do residential, aren't you?
Yep.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, this is the trailer itself that gets inspected.
Okay, sorry.
They'd have to run up Station 2 and see Mark or Anthony, so.
So
Or
my
whoever's
motion,
on that day.
my motion is to approve that one with the stipulation that they add the fire piece of it.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve with the fire inspection stipulation. All those in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Okay, so next up, we have Tweed Hardesty LLC. Doing business as Auntie Anne's. Auntie Anne's is actually an Elizabethtown, Kentucky address. Application fee, insurance, Board of Health, retail certificate, pictures of the truck. Hang on, it's a different driver's license. Does not expire until 2032. So
Wow.
just got that one renewed.
Man.
And this one also does not have the inspection aspect on the application yet, so, or the renewal form yet. I love it when we're in the middle of changes.
I would imagine Mel probably communicated to all of them when they picked them up that there is a pending.
Yeah, she had said something in
Mhm.
Jane's office about it, so.
So again, it would be a food truck that's could be inspected while it's here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Deter by the fire station on their way to set up,
Okay.
which they're only here 3 or 4 times a year maybe, so.
Well,
least that's all I know.
I'll make a motion pending approval from the fire station to accept the renewal.
Second.
Motion and a second. I didn't mention, they sell pretzels and lemonade, by the way. I usually say that when I read their thing. Motion and a second. All those in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Newtown, Kentucky coming up. Seems like an awful long way to.
Yeah.
Money on pretzels.
What's that?
Must make good money on pretzels.
Okay, so we've got three that were hurry up moment email votes that we need to get into the record. First one being parking spaces blocked for lawyer excavation, 210 to 212 West 2nd Street. As Bernie talked about earlier, we've got road construction coming through in the next 10 days or so. So they wanted to make sure they got their water tap put in place before the new road was down, which I very much appreciate. So we approved blocking off 5 parking spaces in the 200 block of West 2nd. Those would just need your signatures. Next up, we had Peace Lutheran Church. Earlier I mentioned that I had counted parking down in that lot. That was for this one. Peace had a funeral and was wanting spaces. We voted to give them 20 cones to put out before the funeral for Dwayne Foster. Again, that one received a 3-0 vote, so that will also need a signature. And last but not least, we had a cleanup dumpster from Wiper Corporation over on the 100 block of East 2nd Street. That building was condemned by planning and zoning not long ago. They got everybody moved out with the help of SPD and the big guy in the back of the room. If you haven't met him yet, his name's Josh. He's the new ordinance administrator. He's doing a fine job and seems to be taken to it to some extent. It's not always the easiest job in the world. But with everybody working together, they now have a dumpster out there and are cleaning up. So that one again was approved so they could get on it a little quicker. Other miscellaneous items. I said this at council the other night, but I'll repeat it. Congratulations to SPD and SFD and the guys that they've got going down to the AIM conference to do a educational workshop. They're going to teach other communities about Project Lifesaver with SPD, which is a non-tax funded program. They gather all their own donations to make that happen. But they put tracking devices, if you will, on special needs kids that might be, I'm going to call them escape artists.
Mm-hmm.
They also, the elderly, maybe with dementia, things like that. One of your guys had told me at one point, Greg, that used to, sometimes you'd be up to a day looking for somebody. If they got out like that, now they typically are 30, 45 minutes, they've got somebody found. So it's a much quicker process and much safer. The other one is the fire department. Caleb McKinney came in and during negotiations last year and asked for cancer screenings annually for the fire department, for the firefighters and retirees up to 65, Brad? Does that sound right?
I've had one, that's all I get.
Brad gets one and he aged out. But the cancer screenings, first round caught a few items, which is awesome.
Yep.
Catching things early. So they're going to also educate everybody on that. So it'll be a good chance for Seymour to show the rest of Indiana, some good things that we do. So,
When and where is that going?
that conference is the AIM Ideas Summit. It's down at French Lick in October.
October 20th through the 21st, maybe?
I was going to say, I knew it was 20-something but I couldn't remember the
21st,
exact
22nd.
dates. So, but again, good chance for Seymour to shine a little bit. We've done stuff like that before. Last year, there's about 45 or so sessions like that they offer educationally. Last year, they had 120 plus applicants. This year, I can't imagine it's much different. So congratulations to both departments and your guys for helping put together the application, and shout out to January for submitting good applications. We actually submitted both applications separately, and they've decided to put them into one session related to public safety versus.
Is there an incentive, as in an award or anything for these, or just recognition?
Nope, this is just trying to help others be better serve their communities.
Good program.
We did receive an award a couple years ago related to
Curb appeal.
Curb appeal.
Yeah.
And what was it?
green space.
Green Space Award. That was, I want to say Tree City, and I knew that wasn't right. So that was, we have received some awards in the past, but, good chance for us to share with the world. Any miscellaneous from the board?
Nope.
Miscellaneous from the audience, now that I've talked for a long time? Okay. Guess with that, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second,
Meeting adjourned.
longest Board of Works meeting ever.
You're welcome. We took a whole hour.